Good morning, Ramona. Good morning, Ramona. So good morning. Welcome to the Sunday broadcast. So I do these broadcasts every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. UK time, and hopefully every Thursdays. It keeps going wrong. Every Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. I couldn't make it last week due to the internet problems again, but hopefully it should be okay next week, but we'll have to wait and see. There's some issue apparently in my area affecting the internet, but it's been resolved apparently, but we'll wait and see what happens on Thursdays. So yeah, so Thursday should be at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday at 10:30 a.m. If I can't be here, I'll post it on my Facebook page, Rebekah Maroon page, to say that I can't be here for whatever reason. So check on there for last minute cancellations or whatever. So you watch this on YouTube, either live or later on, and you watching live can ask questions through Skype. And my Skype ID is my name, Rebekah Maroon. Yeah. I'm doing a live event in Romania, a 2-day event, and you can find out about that on my website, Rebekah Maroon. There should be a link in the box below to see my events, my blog, my book, whatever. RebekahMaroon.com. That's it. So it's really pleasurable expressing this message. It really is a pleasure for this body to be able to express this message, to talk about this. You can't talk about this in a supermarket or with your parents or with your friends or with Usually, not always, but usually you can't discuss this sort of subject so freely and so openly. What's happening in these talks, in expressing this message in these talks, in these meetings. It's like this body is being truly authentic, it's being truly natural, being what it is, freely. Like it's an opportunity to be completely naked and open and revealing everything. It's a total celebration, or like I'm not sitting here, this body's not sitting here being anything, being a certain person or being a certain way to fit in to those around you, or the society around you, or the group around you, or the environment. It's like the body's not sitting here being anything, being a teacher, being someone who knows something, or someone who has something. It's not being anything. And I'm not. You can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me? Oh, the green lights are moving, so audio should be on. Maybe it's your computer or something. I'm hoping it is. The green lights are on. Can somebody let me know whether audio's on? Or... Yeah, okay. Thank you. Pod stomp. Pila. Yeah, so I'm not saying like in the supermarket or with friends or with family, there's a being something that I'm not, or fakeness, or a pretending. There's still that oh, this body being this body, but it's like It's like the whole of, oh great, thank you, Keel, thank you, Ben. It's like the whole of society, thank you, Anne. The whole of society is identified. There's this there's this restriction, or there's this, yeah, restriction, like a dream, pretending to be limited people. There's this play happening of separate people, and that's the way society is functioning. Separation as separate people. And the interacting is as separate people. And so in these talks, it's like the end of that pretending to be someone, the end of that, like, I guess it's normal to be someone, it's the end of that whole the dynamic of separation, the end of that play, that pretense, the end of that constraint of being something, of playing it as if that there's someone. Ooh, get some more hot water. So yeah, it's very pleasurable to do these talks. That's what we're saying, basically. To tie my hair back or not? To tie my hair back or not tie my hair back? So what's being spoken about, you could say, is the end of that pretense of being someone, the end of that dream of you being someone, of you being that pretend someone that is being something in relationship to others, in relationship with what is happening. Someone here, there isn't a personal separate someone here experiencing anything. That apparent person, that apparent someone, that apparent character is an appearance appearing. And it gives the impression that there's someone, so someone here, someone with opinions, someone speaking, someone thinking, someone doing. But it's just the way the human is, just the way this body, this animal is. Everybody, every animal or moving organism has actions, moves and communicates, and but in humans there's this extra thing of this dream, this claimer that claims that innocent action, that innocent communication. Something seems to happen in the human with that claims that character, that expression. Something claims it as if there's someone, there really is someone separate in the body. But that's what's not true. There isn't someone separate in the body. But there seems to be a claimer of that. There seems to be a claimer giving that impression that there's somebody speaking, somebody doing. And with that claimer of experience comes the suffering. Because now there's somebody that has this responsibility to do the right thing, to think the right thing, to behave the right way, to know the right thing. Somebody has to now take charge, responsibility for everything that's happening. Someone's now there responsible for that body's happiness. But this is the freedom. And it's total freedom, not pleasure, not a high, but freedom. From that apparent you, from that claimer. And then the body's freed. free. Free to be an arsehole. Free to be whatever it is. Free. It isn't like you are free. The body is free to be what it is without there being somebody in it. So you can't look at a person and think, oh, their behavior is going to tell you about how enlightened or if there's someone there or not. It's got nothing to do with that behavior, that character. That's the freedom. No character can be perfect. Whatever perfect is, no character can be always this perfect, always nice, always loving, always. It can't be that. It can't be that. I mean, how boring anyway. Just this. What is this is what really is experiencing this. Nothing. We try and behave like we're nothing. We try and behave as if we're still. We hear about being still, being free of thoughts, being free of reactions or emotions, trying to be this still, blank thing. But what you really are is already that. It's already blank. It's already untouched. It's already still. You can't be that. That already is the case. That's what this is. So you as the person can't be still. Stillness is. The human is supposed to be, or is, a variety of things. Variety of flavors and moods and changes. That's the movement. You don't need to be trained to have a still mind or be this blank slate. That's revealed to be the case already. It isn't a becoming, a human becoming. It's beyond the human. So don't look for perfection in the human. Non-duality is pointing to the perfection that already is. Already is. That's what the human's appearing in. What the thoughts and the speaking is coming out of. And ultimately is. Oh shit, my water's got cold again. This is the most beautifulest message. So beautiful. So beautiful. There was a fly. I'm going boss-eyed like this. It's watching a fly. Hi, Ingrid. Oh, hi, Raphael. Hi, Lee. If there's no person, then where is that claimer? If there's no person, is it not really? Is it not really there? Just an illusion. If there's no person, then where is that claimer? There's no person. I can't get my head around that question. Words. If there's no person, then where is that claimer? Is it not really? Is it not really there? Just an illusion. Yeah. I can only really speak from this experience. So, like, it really. I'm not bullshitting now. It really felt. It really, really felt. It was the experience that I was somebody. It felt like I was here. I had a location, a position here in the body. And that wasn't a thought. It felt as if I was something, someone, something here in the middle of everything. I was here having an experience, a personal, private experience. Like, so I was moving through life, having an experience, trying to make my life better, make it work, trying to find completion or happiness. So that's what it felt like. That was the experience. I existed. What's your question? If there's no person, then where is that claiming? So yeah, it felt as if I was here. So where is it? It's here. It feels that you're in the body, looking out the eyes, you're listening, you're seeing, you're speaking. That's where the claimer is. That's where the position is. Is it not really there? Just an illusion? Well, it felt very real. It felt very real. It felt, I'm laughing, but it felt really real. And it was awful, awful. Really, I went to the depths of hell. I was in hell. At 12, I wanted to die. I was in hell. At 12 years old, I wanted to die. It felt so painful existing. It felt awful. I'm not clear on your question, to be honest. I'm not feeling a real question in that. I can't really feel the question. It feels as if you're trying to escape from, like, you want to pretend you don't exist, pretend, oh, I'm an illusion, I'm not really real, and you want to take on these ideas to excuse how you really feel. You want to take on non-dual idea that there's no one there, I'm not really real, I don't exist. I'm an illusion, it's not real, it's not really true, there's no one there. You want to take it on as that separate person. Ultimately to escape that pain, to escape that pain of being separate. I'm not saying that's wrong or bad, I'm just saying that's what's probably happening. Because it is too painful being separate. It is painful. So to lock it off, that pain, you want to say, oh, there's no one there, the person's an illusion. Take on these ideas to escape. I'm just pointing it out, what happens. But this message will leave you with that as a concept, as an idea. People think this is a joke. This is not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Up is a painful thing. It really leaves you with nothing. It kills you. Take on these ideas and concepts of non-duality, just trying to escape this, but this is going to tear that apart. It's going to expose everything. All that pain has to come out, or it has to, yeah. Yeah. Great. This is healed. Great. Could you also say that I make, sorry, let me get my Skype account first, because I've had a few Skype messages, so I'm going to type questions. Oh, Stefan. Let's get Stefan. He messaged me in the week. Hi, who's doing the karma, Rebekah? Who's doing everything? Hi, tell me, how could I stop creating my karma? I think you need to call in, Stefan, because it's more about, it's less about the karma part. It's more to do with who you think you are. That sense of you feel to be who you are. That needs questioning rather than the karma question. That's like secondary. Paul. I thought Ramona had messaged me as well, but I can't see it. It's Paul Ramona, maybe. Hi, Rebekah, my name is Paul. Oh, okay. Always happy to see you. There's a huge mist, tiredness. This is a long question, so. My heart is very restless. Nerves, fear, heavy chest. It's difficult to not identify with it and feel there's something wrong that I need to get out of or fix. I listen to a lot of non-duality, and it brings a joy to my heart and seems to bring me closer to a surrender or a trust for what is. But I see myself seeking for explanation of this state. I seek heart chakra. I read about Kundalini rising. I read about awakening. And there is a knowing it's all nonsense, for there is no process from A to B, and no one to be in an awakening. But the person kind of tries to find some rest as well and say, okay, this is an awakening process and all this is all normal. The person is trying to take fear and worry away, you see. Yeah, it's like you say, there's still a claimer who feels responsible for where it is. Yeah. You know how you say it brings a joy to your heart to listen to non-duality. I'd say keep hearing the message, keep listening to non-duality, listening to whoever you resonate with. It doesn't bring you closer to surrender or whatever. What it is, it's collapsing that position of you, it's collapsing that sense of you being something. Like there's space in the sky, in the clouds, space above the sky, clouds like blocking the sky, if you like. But so just keep listening to that which brings you joy, that which, it's like a, when I was hearing this message, or when I hear this message, it's like yeah, it's like, yes, it's like a joy or a love. It's freedom. It's that freedom from being something. It's painful being something. Because it isn't true. You're not a limited something. Thanks for your question, Paul. Paul looks in brackets. Where did I get to? Heal. Great. Could you also say that I make everything real? My arms are cold. Why are my arms cold? I haven't got a jacket. Could you say that I make everything real while everything is real and unreal? Or however you would say it. Could you say that I make everything real? Yeah. Well, when the person's there, that sense of you is there, then everything is seen real. Because you feel real, that sense of you feels real, as if you really do exist. Everything else is also real. No real time, no real location, etc. So yeah, the person makes everything seem real because it feels real, as if it exists as someone real, separate and real. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Rebecca. I was wondering when you knew that you were ready to... I'm so cold, sorry. Can I get a blanket? Just my arms are cold. That's very strange. Yeah, so I was wondering when you knew that you were ready to share this, or is it just sharing itself by itself? Sorry, not when you knew, but how you knew. How you knew that you were ready to share this. Well, let me tell you. No. It was really like, it was really the heart. The heart. Like, that joy, that love of this message. It came from that. It wasn't really a heady thing. Am I ready to do this? Am I ready? It was more the heart. There was a joy in expressing this message. So that's what happened. And that seems to be the way this human is. Now it's more, less the intellect. That's there as well, just to thinking things through. But actually now it's more the heart, what feels joyous and love, that heart, that joy. That's like in charge more than the intellect. That's why the way I speak has changed as well, because it's more the heart. I could speak very non-dual and very neo-Advaita and not say me and I. And I could really do that. I used to do that, be very non-dual, not non-dually correct. But like the heart was much more leading. And so I had to lose the non-dual Advaita way. And just the heart. The heart spoke rather than the non-dual, trying to be non-dually correct. It's like, oh, fuck that. It was the heart. The heart began to take over, if you like. Because this really is about that, not about the intellectual stuff. Because I knew this non-duality, I knew it intellectually very well. I was very neo-Advaita, very non-dual police-like. I knew it wasn't freedom. So I knew it intellectually very well, very accurately. Could say it really non-dual, get loads of followers and loads of likes. But that wasn't freedom. That was a prison, another prison. What I'm talking about isn't the intellectual understanding of non-duality. I'm talking about a collapse. Which isn't through understanding or through thoughts. So yeah, that's what happened. There was just this love of this message and it began to speak. Yeah. Yeah. I'm too hot now. Let me just cover my arms and not my. Let's try. It's very beautiful, yeah. The intellect, the thoughts, the intellect is a part of the body, yes, part of the brain, but it's not, that's been dominant, that's been how society is being led, by the intellect, by thoughts. But that's only a tiny, that's part of this. It's not we see that as being king, being the way to live through the intellect, through thoughts. And it's like we're taught or we learn like that it's scary to follow what you love. It's scary to follow the joy in what you love because you might get hurt. It can be painful trusting that and following what you love. You get hurt. Obviously we're afraid of being hurt, so we want to cut off from that and just use the thought, the intellect, the rational mind as a protective measure from being hurt. It's like that poem or that phrase, is it Shakespeare? I don't know. Like, it's better to have loved and lost than to not have loved at all. To not have love because you're afraid of being hurt. To not love in fear of the pain of the loss. Is to not live at all. You have to have both. You have to have the high and the low, the getting and the losing. That's the way of this. That's how it is in form. You get it, you lose it. We're afraid of the losing. This is full on, full on, full on. Without the self-protection there of someone protecting. And that's why I say it takes bravery. Not as a personal action, but the love of this message seems to, if there's a pull message, then that's what will happen. Bravery will happen. And honesty will happen. And it isn't you doing that. It's just a part of the awakening. All of it's a part of the awakening. From being a child to discovering non-duality, all of it's awakening. All of it is awakening. As soon as that sense of person began, awakening began. It's so beautiful being human. To be human, it's just amazing. Such a unique experience to be human. To develop an identity, to develop this sense of you, this position to build up of you. And complete that sense of loss. There was heaven, perfection, completion, and then there was a sense of me separate. So to then try and find that wholeness again in form, and to be hurt and disappointed and not get it, not find it in form, to find this message saying you aren't that person. You were never kicked out of heaven. And the death of that apparent separation, the death of that person, and the freedom of not being anything. How beautiful. How miraculous. What a play. This is you. This is you. All of this is you. All of this is you. This is love. How beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you. And hopefully I'm back on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. So you can call in or just listen or whatever then. Love you. Bye.